Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been summoned here today from my eternal slumber, that I might be with you, a special dispensation. Now, it was on December of 1773, everyday Americans just like yourselves, they said that we were taxed enough already, and they decided to have themselves a tea party in Boston. You remember the event. And they did so that they can get the attention of the administration of King George III. And because they stood for their liberties, ladies and gentlemen, because they simply stood for their liberties, they were beguiled, they were challenged, they were called all kinds of different names, they were reviled, they were scorned, they were maligned. Sounds familiar. They were branded as an ignorant rabble of country bumpkins. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, that is not what they were. They were Americans just like you and me. They're Americans who believe in the ideas of liberty, the things that have made this country what it is. And then later on, ladies and gentlemen, 1861, my generation, everyday Americans just like you stood against the tyranny of those who wanted to take the federal government and they wanted to change it into a vast plantation, if you will, where all of us would be underneath the tyranny of a federal government, where they would meet all the needs of the American people, but at the cost of our liberties, thank you, at the cost of our liberties and the cost of our dignity of being a free people. And ladies and gentlemen, we resisted and we prevailed. We did not believe that the federal government must ever take upon itself the nature or the direction of a plantation owner who was here to tell you that you and your children were underneath their guide and their sustenance to give you, but that you are a free people. And you are here today, ladies and gentlemen. You too are everyday people just like them. Look around you, who do you see? Your friends and neighbors. And you too are answering your God-given call to protect the liberty wherewith you have been set free. But you're also fighting against those who not only disregard your Constitution, ladies and gentlemen, but they also want to dismember the Republic. And you know what? They have called you an uneducated mob. They have said that you are people who are bent upon your hatred of us. When indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you are here because you love liberty. You are here because you love freedom. You are here because you love your common man. And you are here. You are also here because you love your country. And those foolhardy people who say all these things about you, you are here to protect their liberties to be around. Tyranny is exposed by the passage of laws that are not sanctioned by the people. And your fathers, your victorious fathers, repealed the laws of King George III, and they freed themselves. Well, and in my time, ladies and gentlemen, we freed millions of men, women, and children of color. How? By repealing the tyrannical laws that were passed by our own Congress that enslaved not only them, but it also enslaved us. Because I tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, where the law sanctions the enslavement of a race, there the laws will sanction the enslavement of all of you. Therefore, you must inculcate upon every American generation, ladies and gentlemen, to teach further Americans that if any legislative group anywhere in the United States of America is to pass laws that are going to reduce you to slavery, you must repudiate those people in public. You must stand against them and take them out of public office. And you must repeal their folly. You must have inside of you the courage to say, retake, replace, repeal. And that's what we did. And it's always your cause, ladies and gentlemen, is a just cause. It is a cause of highest dignity, the highest dignity, because it is nothing less for you to maintain. That's what heaven has given you, not government. It is your duty, Americans, to join the struggle of this noblest objects, which are what? The liberties of your countrymen, the happiness ideas of your posterity and the rights of human nature all over the world. Think not, ladies and gentlemen, that the world does not see what you do here today. The world is looking to America because America is the change in the world today. America is the hope for people today who are seeking tyranny. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you must stand firm. Stand firm, Americans. Stand firm. Stand obstinate, Americans. Stand immovable, Americans, upon the principles of republicanism. But those are the things that have made you great. You must not or never allow yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, to be swayed to and fro by the whims of the passions of men or their favorite, how shall I say, transient causes. You must arise, Americans, and you must rise, Americans, and you must dispel any disquiet that is inside of you. Do not give up. Your fathers didn't. We didn't. You must not. Americans, this is your time. This is your hour. No matter what you hear from Washington, no matter what you hear from here, no matter what the Tory press says about you, it matters not. You are Americans. This is your time. This is your moment. You either excel or you decline. The choice is up to you. You either have a national character that is formed upon victory, which is common to all of us, or, ladies and gentlemen, you shall suffer the defeat, which is going to be suffered by all of us. But not only you and your posterity, but millions of Americans yet unborn will live in tyranny because you did not do anything about it today. That will not be your legacy, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, because I know that the American spirit has always triumphed. It always has. It must now. It must never fail. This heritage is not on the ideas of failure. Our heritage is victorious. And no matter how many generations of Americans will have come and gone, they will remember you here today, and they will say, this is America's final hour, actually, finest hour. Heavens no, it will not be our final hour. I'm sorry, that is a political, how shall I say, a politician's misspeak. I must go and reinvent myself, I think. Now, as for fear, fear only that you shrink from your duty as Americans, whose legacy is based upon nothing but victory. So when, ladies and gentlemen, your children and your children's children reflect upon this day here, they shall honor your memory, and they shall rise up, and they will call you blessed. I must leave you now. I thank you for being with us here today. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Give a round of applause. That's not easy to do. Well, it's good to be back with you radicals once again. As a matter of fact, it just never stops. You know, every now and then a camera crew comes by. I'm probably getting myself in trouble. And the first thing I want to know is, what about the attitude of this crowd today, Hogue? The attitude of the crowd? What about the behavior of this government, camera guy? We all want to be here. We got work to do. We're here because we're forced to be here.